Welcome back. Blaine King is here now with national news. Let's send it over to him at the desk.
Thanks, Brittany. In national news this week, on Tuesday, Russian President Vladimir Putin announced the annexation of Crimea. This came 2 days after about 97% of the Crimean residents voted to join Russia. Crimea once belonged to Russia back when Russia was known as the Soviet Union. The Ukraine also announced its defensive military is now authorized to use its forces. This comes after one of its members was killed and another wounded, while masked gunmen captured more. 2 people are dead after a Seattle news station helicopter crash after taking off from KOMO TV station. Pilot Gary Penister and former KOMO photographer Bill Stroman both died when the helicopter crashed and hit 3 vehicles. One vehicle caught fire and burning gasoline ran down the street. Reporter Denise Whitaker of KOMO said, quote, "It is definitely a tragic scene down here. It is a difficult time for all of us this morning," end quote. Investigators say they have one of their best leads yet in the search for the missing Malaysian airline flight. 2 large objects were spotted floating in the remote part of the Indian Ocean. Military search planes were dispatched to try to determine whether they are part of possible debris field. The location is a 4-hour flight from Australia's southwestern coast. That's all I have for national news this week. Let's send it back over to Brittany and Ryan.
Thanks, Blaine. Pittsburgh's mayor wants to make the Steel City more friendly to bicyclists, but he admits there's still a lot of work to do.
Daybreak correspondent Johnie Freiwald has this first-hand look at part of a new improvement initiative to get people pedaling more throughout the region.
Not long ago, drivers used this road for two-way traffic. Now, as you can see behind me, the road is very narrow, and the new bike lanes are perfect for bikers and pedestrians.
Pawcasset Street was closed 2 years ago after being deemed structurally unsafe for cars. The City of Pittsburgh Public Works Department decided to transform this road into a biker and pedestrian-safe entrance into Shenley Park. Silas Orteza is a Pittsburgh resident and former pizza delivery driver, so he knows what this street is like both in a car and on a bike.
I used to use Pawcasset Street very frequently as a shortcut between Shenley Park and Squirrel Hill, but it was a hairpin road with a lot of potholes, really bad lighting, blind curves, and I always thought, I'm not even comfortable driving on this street. I would be extremely uncomfortable riding a bike on it.
This incredible transformation includes a quarter-mile stretch with new pavement, freshly painted bi-directional bike lane, and pedestrian walkways, all lit up by LED street lighting.
What they've done now, just entirely repurposing it for bikes, is pretty incredible.
Pawcasset Street is one of the first road shifts in the country and is part of a Pittsburgh initiative to repurpose land and create a safer environment for bikers and pedestrians. For more information about this trail and others like it, visit bikepgh.com. For Point News Reporting, I'm Johnie Freiwald.
We're joined now by Johnie Freiwald, who did the story. Johnie, so what are some other parts of this initiative going forward?
Well, some of this initiative comes straight from the city, and some of it comes from an outside company who is trying to make biking more relevant, not only in Pittsburgh, but in a lot of cities over the United States. I think they're working through 6 different cities.
Oh, wow.
They've pretty much finished on about 3 cities, and then Pittsburgh is the 4th.
Okay.
And part of Pawcasset Street, that's part of this initiative. And then also in 2017, we will be having a new Greenfield Bridge going from like Shenley Park over towards like Homestead area.
Okay.
And that is going to feature a new bike lane as well. So that's also
great.
part of this initiative.
All right,
Excellent.
really cool. Did you get to go on that specific trail?
I did. For the package, I thought it'd be fun to like ride on the trail and just see how it was. Also, I bike around the city, so it was a great, experience. Pawcasset Street is actually a very short portion of the trail. It's only about a quarter-mile long, but it's very nice, very smooth, and even though it's uphill, it's not a struggle to bike on.
Are there any cons of the trail?
I would say the only cons of the trail are the people who used the trail in their car. If they live towards Squirrel Hill and they work in Oakland, or we're a pizza delivery driver like Silas in the package, and he had to use that trail, that road all the time to make a shortcut. It takes a lot of time off, but
That's very cool. Coming up after the break, we're going to debut something new.
We'll have James Hill with weather and Kyle Anthony with sports. Don't go away. We'll be right back.